you have to lose yourself a little bit in negotiation, in any kind of negotiation. Let me give you an example. When I first started playing for the 49ers, of course, Joe Montana was the looming figure. Anytime I stepped on the field, whether he was there or whether he'd been traded or whether he was hurt or whatever it was, obviously it was a big looming figure. And in many ways, the other guys knew that if things didn't go well, they weren't on the hook, right? If Steve Young's on the field, we're off the hook. Because if something goes wrong, what are they going to say? Well, Joe wasn't on the field. It's Steve's fault. So human nature is that you're going to, I'm not going to say human nature, but we tend to do the least. We tend to get by, we do the most we can with the least amount of effort. And so especially in football, how can I make myself look good by doing as little as possible? And especially football, because it's counterintuitive, right, to go ramming into people. And I mean, really, it's very, it's very intuitive with the crowd yelling, the cheerleaders, and everyone going, "You're great," until the moment you have to go hit somebody, and then it's like, I don't know about this anymore. Really, I mean, that's why you watch football players. Really, it's like everyone talks a big game, and all of a sudden somebody gets hit. It's like, ooh, I'm not really sure. But so I would run into the huddle there, and now I've got to negotiate my way across with these guys that aren't necessarily inspired to save my job. I have to look good. I mean, all of a sudden I'm on the field. It's got to happen now. And what do I need to do to make sure that these guys are inspired to go help me? And most of it became, I would wear them out with my self-sacrifice. In other words, you never want to show any sign of victimization. Because anytime that you have a reason for something to go wrong, human nature is to express it. Oh, that didn't go well because, all these different reasons. And especially in my case, right? Because everyone's being almost unfair because I'm not Joe Montana. Something goes wrong, I want to give context for it. Well, most normal quarterbacks, this happens, or you want to give excuses. And so I knew that the second I showed any sign of victimization, that it was, I wanted to show a reason why, even if it was right, if I showed any reason why something was going to happen, they would respond negatively. I won them over time by never cracking to that kind of human nature. I would go home and I'd call my dad, "Dad, this sucks. I got screwed again. But in front of it, never. And what happened is I gained some respect because I wouldn't do it when the light was on, and so that's part of negotiation too, right? I've got to get these guys going. I can't go in there and tell them some rah-rah story. Oh, we're all in this together. No, the only way I can do is really just go to work, keep my mouth shut, and never give an excuse.